literally grew up watching Big Brother. Like, I grew up, my family obsessed with Big Brother. I always knew that that's like where I wanted to go someday. You know, this little girl in me really, really wants to be a TV star or be like in the entertainment industry or like grow in her music. I was preparing myself for that moment, honestly, like my whole life. I would go to my room, wear outfits and dance like I'm on Big Brother and I'm watching myself in the mirror. I couldn't believe it. Like, I felt like I was dreaming. Imagine you growing up and you watching this house and like these people hearing this voice, this is Big Brother, and then all of a sudden you're there.
In our latest GaonaLive Conversation, I sit down with singer, songwriter, and Big Brother Mzansi Season 4 housemate, Liyema Pantsi, who takes us on a journey back to her childhood, shares her colorful Big Brother Mzansi experience, appreciates her Lilies, and expresses her deep desire to serve God across the world. Now, before we indulge in this candid conversation, let me thank Section 143 for hosting us. Now, this is a chic and cozy 2-bedroom apartment in Tsolepelo East, opposite Sarona City Mall, which you can book for 750 pula per night until December. So get on and make your bookings via the following details, and also give them a follow on social media. Liyema Pantsi, thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to have you here. I honestly think I've become a Lily. I've been converted. I didn't get a chance to watch Big Brother, but like just getting to know you, doing my research on you, I've gotten to love you. You seem like a very warm person, and I'm really looking forward to experiencing you.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get to experience you like that, just tell me how Botswana has been so far. What has been your first impression?
My first impression about Botswana, it's very calm, chilled, and also the girls are really nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
Do you know why I'm saying that?
Why?
It's South Africa. I mean, okay, let me not let me not do that. But like, specifically, because yesterday I went to like a club and I found out that pretty girls are actually very sweet here compared to Johannesburg. I'm just gonna
there's a lot of mean girl energy with pretty girls and
So people here are very nice. They're sweet. They're beautiful, calm. It's chilled cities. Small, but I was really disappointed. There's no beach.
Oh, you imagine? So they didn't tell you were a landlocked country.
I didn't know. I was like, no ways, guys. I want to go to the beach.
Imagine
we don't have a beach.
We don't have a beach. We're very landlocked. Very landlocked.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay. Have you tasted our food? Any of our food?
Yes. Yeah? It's very nice.
Okay.
It's very nice. It's not different from South African food.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, it's
generally.
Not
yeah. But nice. I want to get to know you, right? We want to get to know the human being behind the superstar. Of course, you know, people got to meet you on Big Brother. You know, you were very present. You know, you had a lot of fans just from your Big Brother presence because of, you know, just who you are. And we also got to know your music. You showcased that a lot on Big Brother. But beyond that, and of course now you've released, and we're going to get to that.
Yes.
I just want to know the little girl, little Liyema. Where were you born?
Before
Where
Big
do you
Brother.
come from? Before everything. Like, take it as way back as you can go.
Oh, wow. Little Liyema Pantsi. I feel like I've always been a dreamer as a little girl. I've always, now they say in this new generation, delusional. But I say,
Delulu girl, yeah.
I always said it's like faith and believing in myself. I grew up in an all-woman family, which is like a blessing, you know?
Absolutely.
Because I got to, you know more stuff before criteria or a certain age. You know, my family was very open about a lot of stuff, you know, because we're all girls. So they were trying to, you know, protect us and tell us. And I grew up from a very creative family as well, a musical family. My grandmother used to sing. My grandfather used to be a producer.
Oh, wow.
But I couldn't sing, funny enough.
Really?
I really couldn't. The only thing I was able to do was draw and dance. See, when it comes to that, I was really good. But I saw my family and they could all sing. All of my cousins could sing.
Mm-hmm.
So I really learned, I guess, how to sing, or pressured myself
into
to learn how to sing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I grew up in a really warm, loving, supportive family.
Yeah.
Of strong women, strong personalities, big personalities. And I feel like that's why I groomed to be this person that I am today.
Yeah.
I am kind of shy though. I'm actually very introverted sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Extroverted sometimes. Probably an ambivert. I don't know. But
what brings out the extrovert in you? Like,
first of all, I'm a firstborn, right?
Okay.
And I've always had like responsibility. So let's say I don't know, like,
yeah,
I don't know, like people in a certain group or whatever. I'll be the one who'll start the conversation, who like introduce everyone into, you know,
the big sister.
You understand?
Does that.
So I've always been that person that starts conversations, blah blah blah. But I'm also very shy while I'm doing it.
Yeah,
that's like the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
Or crazy part about my personality. I'm very shy and very anxious, but I do it anyways.
I like that. I like that because that's really what then opens doors for you, right?
Yes.
What were your dreams and aspirations as you're growing up? Of course, you are in a, singing family.
Yes.
You can't sing or you haven't discovered that voice, within yet. But what were you dreaming to become? Because I know all of us growing up, you want to be one thing or another, right? But was there something that you kind of like wanted to be as you were growing up, or kind of pushed, in that particular direction? Because sometimes that's what happens.
I wanted to be a journalist.
Aww.
When I was really young. Yeah. But I didn't know what a journalist was. Mm-hmm. I just thought a journalist was a celebrity. Because celebrity journalists were always around celebrities. And I was watching a show and they were talking about journalists. And I was like, I actually want to be that. So in my head, when my mom asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said a journalist. But in truth, I wanted to be a celebrity.
That's what you wanted to be.
I wanted to be Justin Bieber. I wanted to be the new Rihanna. So I could say I always wanted, or I always knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
As a child, I always wanted to be on TV, entertainment. Yeah.
So this is no mistake. Like it's not by chance.
Literally.
Literally. This is fate. Just.
You know what? I actually feel like maybe even the singing thing, me forcing myself to like learn how to sing because my family could, it's like a progressive, thing.
So it was very intentional.
It was very intentional.
Yeah, I like
even
that.
Though I thought at the time it wasn't, but when I did learn and I did, know how to sing and I did love this thing, I never looked back.
I love it.
Never.
Tell me about forcing yourself to sing. What does that look like?
Guys, it looks like waking up every day, writing lyrics of like a new song. I had literally a book of songs that I would learn and I would sing them every single day.
Wow.
Every single day until I could hit that note.
And you watched yourself just getting better and better at it.
Better and better.
Did you ever undergo any kind of like, is it vocal training? Anything?
No.
You did all of this yourself?
Yes. Also, my family would sing every day. My cousins would sing every day. So I'd join in. They'd, tell me, no, you don't do this. This is not how you sing this note. You sing it like this. So initially I learned. And people don't believe it. People think like some people are born with
voices. That's actually what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, okay, perhaps it was there lying dormant and it just needed to be ignited, right?
Perhaps.
Especially considering that clearly it was there in the genes. Like that's really just what I'm thinking. But I guess also while at it, we shouldn't take away from the work that you put in.
Yes.
The hard work that you put in.
Literally just finding your voice.
Yeah.
Literally.
Wow. When was the first time you found yourself on stage performing now? Whether it's for a small audience or a large audience, whatever the case may be, but the first time you're on stage showcasing this?
First time was, I was at church performing, what's that song? I don't even remember. But my pastor like really forced me to just sing for everyone after church and pulled me. He was like, come sing. And everyone just sat down and the church was done. sat down and listened to this little girl singing. And
Aw.
it was such a beautiful moment.
And growing up, especially during that season where now you're learning how to sing and you're practicing every day, what was your favorite song? What was that, your go-to? That one song that you kind of felt, okay, now I've nailed it. And therefore, this is what I'm going to practice with every day.
It was that song in Finding Temptations.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember what the name of the song
Yeah,
is, but
yeah.
I remember just practicing the Beyonce part and making sure that
You
because
nailed
my
it, yeah.
cousins would want to sing that song, would love to sing that song. But I wanted the Beyonce part. I wanted to be Beyonce.
The
And everyone was
Beyonce.
like, no, you can't sing. I was like, I'm going to show you.
Are you able to take us back there and just kiss a little bit what you're able to do with that?
No.
If you don't want to, it's okay. It's okay. So now, your first interaction with Big Brother, you know, just as a brand, as a show, you know what I mean, a reality show. I know a lot of us were very obsessive with Big Brother, have been over the years. And
Yes.
so for you, what was your first introduction to Big Brother?
My first introduction.
Yeah, as in just
as in like
knowing
the
of it,
show.
even the show. Yeah,
No,
even before
I grew up-
participating.
I literally grew up watching Big Brother. Like I grew up, my family obsessed with Big Brother. I think I was probably 9 when they introduced Big Brother to me. So all my life I've watched that show. And I know it's not like a good thing because it's not like a kid show. But I always knew that that's like where I wanted to go someday.
And why was that? I'm curious.
It's on TV, first of all. Number 2, I knew that if I go there, you know, opportunities are going to open up for me. And it's just me introducing myself to the world. Since, you know, this little girl in me really, really wants to be a TV star or be like in the entertainment industry or like grow in her music. It was literally just, I was preparing myself for that moment, honestly, like my whole life. Literally, I would go to my room, wear outfits and dance like I'm on Big Brother and I'm watching myself in the mirror.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
So I want you to get us into that preparation. Now you're
Yes.
talking about, you know, you've been preparing for years since you're a little girl. But I want you to get us into now where you had decided, right? I'm going to do this. What did that look like? You know, what was in that season now?
Yes.
You know, what were you hoping to get out of it? You know what I mean? Because here you are saying, I've always wanted to be on TV. I've always wanted to be a star. You know, so now what was the strategy? I think perhaps that's really, you know, how I should ask it. You know, or did you just wake up and you're like,
I'm going to apply for Big Brother.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So what happened was the year before I went to Big Brother, the year before, there was Titans, right? And I got an email from Mzansi Magic or whatever telling me to apply because the thingies are open or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So I applied for Titans actually, but I didn't do some of the things like the process and stuff, like because of school. Because I was like, maybe I shouldn't continue with this process.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I was doing my 3rd year in varsity. Listen, they were saying in school that for our 4th year, which is this year, we're gonna move from the city to literally the villages, a varsity. And I was like, I can't do that. I have a career. I have dreams.
Such a city girl.
And they were literally, and the most thing that scared me, I remember, they said the only restaurant in that village in varsity is KFC. So I was like,
I can't.
Ciao.
What were you studying, by the way?
I was studying business studies.
Okay.
Yes. Business management.
Okay.
And then, and the school was like really serious about it. I remember they were registering us to move from the city to the village. I'm like, guys, I literally am doing music on like the city. I'm always at studio and I also have like a part-time job, which is bartending. I'm making money on the side and I'm trying to groom my, my skills as well because I was also working for a radio guy. So, voiceover actress, podcasting, PA. Like I'm learning all of these skills.
Things,
you understand?
Yeah.
And them taking me to the village. I was like, no, I need an escape, but also I need something that will elevate, my whole life and my music career and just give me opportunities so that not that I don't like school, but I really do believe in, the spirit of completion, but I also believe in chasing my dreams first.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I applied for Big Brother and I was so serious about this process. I was like, I am going there to take my dreams, to chase my dreams. And that's exactly what happened.
What does prepping for Big Brother look like? Or application or, that whole interviewing? Because
it's a long process.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It is a long process. You don't just send a video, you meet them, go through this, go through that. There's a lot. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to be talking about it, but
so it's okay.
Yeah.
And first day in, like, what was that like for you?
I couldn't believe it. Like, I felt like I was dreaming. Because, imagine you growing up and you watching this house and like these people and hearing this voice, this is Big Brother, and then all of a sudden you're there. And you can hear, it was so surreal. I couldn't believe it, but I was so excited and I was so proud of myself,
for making it that far.
Yes,
right?
For making it that far. Because like I said, it's a really long process. And as the process goes, the more they cut people. They don't just choose you from a video. You literally go through a process. So.
And was there anything, first impressions when you got into the house? Because I remember way back, interviewing somebody who was talking about, they were just shocked at how small the space is. For them, that was what it was. So I don't know whether that could still be the case now because, of course, then the house has changed. It's not like you're in the house that
the house
people
small, the
10
space
years.
Is?
Yeah.
Like how? Like the house?
The house itself. But all I'm saying is this was somebody back then, right? For them, that was their first impressions. But for you, what was that? Was there anything that kind of shocked you when you went in, good or bad, right?
Yeah, I was shocked by how the house is shaped. Like, because from the outside, it seems a certain way. But when you're inside, you're like, okay, the roof is like this. Okay. So I was shocked by the interior. But other than that, I got used to it. And it's a beautiful house. It was a big space. It was very welcoming. And yeah.
Now, this is just me now probing, right? And this is perhaps because I'm an introvert. So I'm sitting here thinking, how do you go in and not find yourself intimidated by the personalities?
No.
So many people in there, and how do you find your feet? How do you find yourself, right? What was that like for you? Was it just easy for you to just come in and...
Like I said, I'm that person. I do it anyways.
You do what has to be done.
I do what I have to do. Like, they can't see me lurking. They can't see me sleeping. So, of course, you do get intimidated. Like, Big Brother chose those big personalities for a reason. And you're there because you have potential to win and you are a big personality somehow. So, there was a lot of clash of personalities as well. Like people that I would not usually hang out with outside the house. But now I find myself living with them for literally 2 months. And somehow you have to, like their personality because you have to be in peace. You understand? Because, if you don't make peace with different personalities, you're not going to be in peace yourself. You're always going to be in war. So I was really intimidated when I got in for 2 hours, but then
eventually
if you
just got comfortable.
Eventually I was even the one who introduced everyone. I was like, guys, let's go sit down in the sofa. Let's introduce each other. I want to know you guys because I'm that person.
That's lovely. And also, going a little bit deeper, are you able to be authentic in a space like that? Or do you find that you have to perform? Do you know what I mean?
For me, I'm quite like a free spirit. Like not quite. I actually am a free spirit. As much as, I do have some anxiety moments and get shy at times, but I really do what I want to do. I really do what I have to do. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, I was really being myself. Like I was 100% myself. Even though I didn't show like some things about myself, but I think I really was my true self in that house.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What were your highlights? Any highlights that you're able to single out right now from your stay in the house?
Highlights. Good or bad?
Let's talk about the good first.
The good highlights. For me, it was literally going to the diary room. I felt as if it was very therapeutic. Because, living in a house with strangers, probably people who don't even like you, who see you as competition, they're probably not even genuine,
Yeah.
It was a time where I got to just unwind and, take the weight out of my shoulders. And it felt like praying all the time. So those are like, the diary room was my highlight. It was my biggest highlight. I was very, very happy to go to the diary room and just be alone and talk. Yeah. Even though the whole South Africa is looking at me, but it's fine.
And are you conscious? Are you conscious that South Africa is watching? Or do you forget at some point?
No, you forget. Other people were conscious, I feel. I personally forgot. I would forget the cameras. I would just speak. I would just, yeah. And
so a moment, and I absolutely believe it had to be a low, right? While you're in the house, you found out that, you had lost your grandmother.
Yes.
Take us back there. What was that like? Like, I want you to literally take me back into the house and just let me know how that unfolded.
I remember I was taking a nap. And Big Brother called me. And like when Big Brother calls you and you're not like the head of a house or there's no diary sessions, you get scared. You're like, oh my God.
What did I do?
What did I do? Because first of all, I didn't even hear him announce my name. And someone had to wake me up and say, Big Brother's calling you. And I'm like, oh, what did I do? Oh my God. Because I'd always get in trouble. But when I got there, I was welcomed by a psychologist. And I was like, something is bad.
Is up, yeah.
Something is really bad. And then they just told me that my grandmother died outside the house. And yeah, it was not nice. It was not a nice moment.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it was not a nice moment. I really wanted to give up and just leave everything and just go back home, And I was honestly ready until, they came back with the message from home, which I think I was really privileged to get, saying that my grandmother would have wanted me to stay. So everything is fine at home. Just stay and continue. And that gave me so much strength. And yeah.
And how was continuing now, knowing that you lost somebody that's significant? Because I think one of the things that you mentioned, of course, at the beginning is you come from a big family of women, right? You just grew up around this close-knit family.
Like
the anchor, the
anchor
glue
of
that
the
just gets...
family.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was difficult. It was really difficult. That's when I started noticing that, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, and people are just living their lives and they won't, really nurse your feelings.
Yeah. Life won't stop just because you're going through this.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I had moments where I'd just lock myself in the toilet and cry. Any chance I got, I'd cry because I felt as if, only Big Brother knows me. Only Big Brother understands.
Gets it,
But no one in the house does. And that was the difficult part about it.
Absolutely. Now, we'll go back to your Big Brother stay, but I want to stay with this a little bit. Leaving the house now. Once you've left the house, where's the grief? Does it start from scratch now that you're interacting with the family and you're in real life, right? You know, or did you find that you had made progress in your grieving while you're in the house? Because, of course, you allowed yourself to cry and all of that. So I'm curious to know how that unfolded now once you are in the real world, or what we perceive as the real world.
I don't really think I've grieved.
Yeah. Because then life was happening. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've given myself a chance to grieve. Even now, like when my mother reminds me that my grandmother is no longer here. Actually, recently I went home and it felt so cold because I'm like, there's someone missing. And then I remembered that she died, you know, and I wasn't even here to register it. So for me, I'm still kind of registering it every single day. Yeah. You know, it still hasn't clicked that she's gone and I'll never see her again. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still grieving. I'm still grieving.
What was your relationship with her like, though? What are some of those highlights of her life? You know,
my
you're
God,
interacting with her
always fight.
That you remember. You fought a lot.
Every single day.
Yeah.
But we really loved each other, you know. She raised me, first of all. And she was like a really good mother. Yeah, she was like, she was a good mother, but in her own funny way, because she was like a fashionista. She really loved clothes, but she hated how I wore.
So she wanted to influence your style.
Yes, she wanted to like be part of, you know, my style, my everything. But all in all, she was a really good mother, and she really was, you know, my number one supporter when it comes to my music as well. She would always ask, when am I seeing you on TV? When am I seeing you on TV? And a part of me is so happy that she actually did see me on TV, and she, I would say, kind of went home in peace, knowing that she saw her daughter on TV, and like she's been wanting that for me ever since I was young.
Wonderful.
Even though like right now, while life is progressing, I would have loved her to see, you know, more things that are happening. But I know in my heart that she's proud.
Absolutely. Now, while you're in condolences to you and your family, you know, let's not just jump from it like that. I'm so sorry for your loss. But while you're in the house, you know, how then do you decide to bring your musical talent or your vocal abilities, you know, up to, or showcase them? You know what I mean? Let me just put it that way. How was it also intentional that I'm here to also showcase this talent? Right.
Oh, it was at first. Like I had this whole plan before I went to the house, but I just forgot it when I got there, which is
because life was happening. Yeah.
I forgot it totally. But I think for me, it was easy because I'm always singing. When I'm in the shower, I sing. When I'm cooking, I sing. When I'm outside, I sing. So for me, it was just a natural thing to do, like just singing, and people, you know, loved my voice. And even the housemates would also suggest that Liyema should sing this part. Liyema should sing this part when we were doing tasks. And yeah, I was basically the songbird. What did they call me? The songbird, something like that. Bird sing. Whatever that was. But I would always sing in the house. And there was just me promoting myself. I would sing my songs as well. I wanted Big Brother to play my songs, but he never did. But anyways, it's fine.
Now, while you're in the house, are you aware of the fan base that you have outside? Is it something that you can even comprehend? You know, that there's a whole movement, that is rallying behind you while you're in the house?
No. I thought I was just like, just a girl next door, you know? Someone was just
getting on and just being
just
herself.
Lucky. I guess was just getting lucky. Maybe I was even telling one of my housemates that, I don't know, I just feel like every time I sit down on Sunday, because I'll get nominated every Sunday, the housemates will nominate me. Every time I sit down, I feel like I'm lucky. Like I feel like it's because this happened this Sunday, or because there was a Sunday that people were not voting outside, right? Apparently, like they pranked us and they let us get nominated, but people are not allowed to vote outside because we're all safe. So I was just making those excuses that I feel like I would have went home this week if, you know, it was not a prank or whatever. But honestly, when you get into that house, I've watched Big Brother for years, but I really, really, like, literally was living in the house. Like, I forgot everything that I watched, and I literally, I can't judge anyone, honestly. I can't judge the past housemates and what they did, because it's a different reality in that house. And you really don't know. You really don't know what's going on outside. You don't know who's liked. You don't know who's not liked. So for me, I was just like, I don't know. I'm probably just the girl next door.
Oh, meanwhile, you were not far from it, right? Apparently. Do you have any regrets, like just from your stay, your experience in the Big Brother house? Is there anything that, given a chance, you do differently?
Yes, yes, there is. I mean, I don't think it's a regret, but I think it's something I would change. Maybe you can call it a regret then.
Yeah. But you can rephrase it if you want.
I can rephrase it, say it in a different manner or do it in a different manner. But yeah, it's a certain reaction that I had in the house when I was really angry about a situation and I acted out of emotions, and also I was drunk. But that's not an excuse, obviously. But yeah, that's like one thing that I really regret from being in that house. But other than that,
everything.
Yeah. I think I don't regret it. I don't regret feeling how I felt.
Absolutely. Because that was valid.
It was very valid. Yeah. But I regret like how I reacted on that certain moment.
Okay.
I feel like I would have changed and done something different. Something dramatic, but maybe something different. Yeah.
All right. Do you mind getting us into what that looked like? What happened for somebody who didn't get to watch Big Brother?
They know.
They know. So you don't want to relive it? No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know, also the thing about, you know, these days is that everything is on social media.
It's social media.
If you want to know what it is.
There's still hashtags on there.
So yeah. So we're not going to go there. So once you'd gotten out of the house, right, because you decided to take the 250K, you know, you pressed the buzzer and you went with that. You know, I'm not even going to interrogate that because I think it's something that, you know, you've spoken about, you know, quite a lot.
Yeah.
It was a tight moment.
Very.
I remember, you know.
Yes.
And, you know, you made the decision to press the buzzer and ultimately that said, okay, you taking are forfeiting, you know, the final prize money you're taking 250K, right? Leaving the house, what was that like?
Oh, my word.
The first step that you made, that you took outside the house. You know, I want us to relive like that moment.
Outside the house, I remember I went to a hotel and everyone in the hotel like knew me. And then people were like, you shouldn't have taken the money, you would have won.
Yeah. How did that make you feel actually? Because there's a lot of that. You shouldn't have. Because, and I think it speaks to the kind of fans that you had and the people that you had rallying behind you. How did it make you feel when people were like, you shouldn't have?
It made me feel like how I already felt. Like I felt like I shouldn't have taken the money before anyone would have told me I shouldn't have taken the money.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something in me just saying, because in the instant moment, right? I honestly was so confused about the instructions. I know probably he repeated them, but I was so blank. I thought the man, Big Brother, was saying if you press the buzzer, you're now going to choose if you want to take the money or go back in the house.
So there was another step after that.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I was so shocked when they said, okay, you're going home now, you have 250,000. I'm like, what? I wanted to stay. I wanted to be in the top 5. But anyways, they already like validated my feelings of, you know, hopefulness, obviously. Because I was like, okay, now that I'm staying, you know, the weeks are now progressing and I'm always sitting down after Sunday, that I gained kind of like a little bit of confidence that maybe people do like me outside, you know? So I was just like, it was a hopeful week for me. Like really, I was just starting to gain my confidence. But yeah, I really, right now I'm in a good space. I really don't regret taking the money.
Yeah. Clearly.
And also I feel like it was a blessing in disguise, honestly.
Absolutely. I want us to get to the blessing part, which is why I'm saying clearly, because, you know, I think the way your life has unfolded afterwards just really shows you that, you know, when it's meant for you, it will find you, right? It will not miss you. You were meant for this greatness. You were meant for this stardom. You know, your career was meant to unfold the way it is, and nothing will stop it. I think that's really what I'm getting from your journey. But how do you get back to your normal life, right? I still want us to sit there a little bit. Because I can imagine you've been in this enclosed space, new reality, new people, like everything is just different. It's real because you're living in it. This is your day to day.
Yeah.
But now you are back to what is life before, you know, you went to the Big Brother house. What does that look like? How does that unfold?
For me, I'd never actually went back to my life before.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I was a bartender. I was doing like a lot of stuff. Just really like working hard, labor,
yeah.
But I really do miss my life. I really do. I remember just telling my mom that I'm in Joburg now and I really want to make like a life and not just like, you know, chase money and my career and like hustle all the time. I really want to make a really good life, like what I had in the Eastern Cape, where me and my friends will go sun dancing, you know, when the sun comes up, sunrise, sunset, and we'll go for jazz nights. And it was just such a beautiful, small, slow life. And that's like really what I'm still, you know, I'm intentionally working to live a good life, you know, right now outside my career.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like that's like always, I wake up and I think, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to studio. I'm going to, instead of just, you know, living and just going for jazz nights and wine and just talk to, you know, people that are my friends or I actually like. So yeah, I do kind of miss, you know, having a very good life outside my career. Yes. So that's what I'm intentionally working on now.
Absolutely. Everything that you imagined, you know, celebrity life would look like, is it exactly what you're experiencing right now? Because you mentioned you had dreamt of being a superstar your whole life.
I don't think
now you... Well, no, people know you. You're recognized, you know, everywhere you go. Things are different now.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Is it what you anticipated it would look like? You know what I mean? Especially with Big Brother, my assumption is it's not a gradual kind of growth as far as, you know, people getting to know you. Like it jumps.
It jumps.
From who you were before.
It really jumps.
You get what I'm saying? So that's really the context that I'm talking about. Now you're out of the house and you are known. People know you. Like people recognize you. People want to take pictures, right? You are not the anonymous girl that you were before who had a dream, right? And things were gradually coming up. Now there's been this huge leap. That is really what I think about. Yeah, so how...
I think it's not far from what I thought it was. But like I said, I feel like I would really enjoy it more if I had a beautiful life outside my career.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
For now, it's just like, okay, well, I expected that, wake up in the morning, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're traveling, we're doing this. Everything that's expected. But really what's important to me right now is my life, my my good life. But yeah, it's not far from what I expected. It's very crazy. It's your guys. it's not, they're not being dramatic when they say it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's really, you find yourself in a city and next tomorrow you're in another city and you're doing something else. And you're just like, oh my God, when am I going to get a break?
When am I getting a break?
You know? So,
yeah.
But it's really nice. I'm learning from the greats. I'm learning from people that were there before me. And I think I really do understand them, you know. I understand the pressure. I understand them trending for bad stuff. And then, you know, I understand every single thing. And I really think people in the industry are, not all of them, but the ones I've interacted with are very welcoming and very, very supportive.
That's wonderful.
Yes. And they're just trying to, you know, protect, like I said, not everyone.
Yeah.
The ones who have approached me, they're trying to protect this, I guess, dream, lineage, and personality. Because one thing that you can lose is literally your light and your personality. And that's not what we want. That's
Absolutely
not what
not.
should happen.
Yeah.
You know, that's not what should happen. You should grow into becoming a great person instead of.
That's so profound.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Lilies, man. Now you get out of the house and you realize you have this kind of fan base, right? These people who are rallying behind you. They go to the extent of even raising funds to just transform your life. I want you to get us into that. Please tell the story your way. Discovering that you have the kind of fans that you do.
Yeah.
What happened? How did all of that unfold?
I was so shocked. I remember like seeing a tweet. I think someone posted on Twitter when I came out of the hotel and stuff and that. And they were saying that we really love you and stuff. And then everyone, like not everyone, the Lilies interacted and they were writing messages and like love letters and just telling me that I was shocked. I really couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I really, hey.
Yeah, God. But God, though.
It's like for real. It's like they really do remind me that there is a God, you know.
Yeah.
And He is listening, because this is honestly what I prayed for. You know, people that would love me for me, support my music, and just be, you know, be the backbone of really who I am. Like give me confidence for whatever that I do and whoever I am. So now that I have those people, it's just like so overwhelmingly beautiful. Yeah.
Is it true that they actually bought you a 2-bedroom apartment? And wow. Like, how did you feel about that? Or how did that make you feel? Yeah.
Every day I'm like, what? And it's such a beautiful apartment. It's like a really nice space, you know? And it's in Joburg. I honestly, like, in my head, when I was still like living in the Eastern Cape, I thought I would move to Joburg when, you know, school is done.
Yeah.
I'm now working. I'm probably going to get married now. You know, like it was such a faraway dream, not like a close one. And now that it's happening, I can't believe it. Yeah.
It's truly unbelievable.
Yes.
Wow.
Super
I
grateful.
think it's and it takes me back to what I said earlier about it really just shows you that when it's meant for you, it will find you one way or another. You know what I mean? When you are meant to go in a particular path, you know, when certain blessings are meant for you, they will find you because they're yours, you know, and meant for you, and therefore you are going to get them. Your music. Where were you with your music before you went into the house, and where are you now?
So before I went into the house, I was working on an album initially with my producers. Funny enough, when I went to the Big Brother house, they also moved to Joburg. They also had their own success story, and They moved to Joburg, got a studio. And when I came out, everything just aligned and
Stars
they are in
aligning.
Joburg.
Yeah.
You know? And I was really so happy about that because now I get to continue the work that we started, you know? And it's just it's very nice. It's very exciting. The team is excited. We're just so excited for each other, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm finding myself each and every day in the studio. At first, I was like, okay, when I first went to studio, they asked me, what type of artist are you? I was like, I want to be an R&B queen, R&B artist. But now I find myself, you know, doing a lot of sounds, jazz, house. I'm a piano, Afro beats. I just released the Let Me Be Afrobeat song. And I couldn't believe I wrote that. You understand? Like, it's just such a progressive, creative season.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're just finding yourself and just exploring.
Honestly, it's such a beautiful time for me.
Wow.
Honestly.
Loving the ride at a chop life. See that talk, you gon' talk too much. I know that best cause my God invest. No best cause my God gon' bless. It's in me living my life now. And I know I'll be remaining. I don't want no stress, no more.
And Let Me Be, tell me about it. How, you know, you just mentioned that you actually wrote it. So what was the inspiration behind it and how has it been received so far?
Okay, so I wrote Let Me Be when I was fresh outside the house. And obviously, everyone has people that don't really like them.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people. There's people that don't
Yeah,
like
as much as the Lilies, that
all.
people who are like,
we don't like
don't
this
like
girl.
that girl. Yeah.
So, but other than that, I just, when I came outside the house, I really felt like loved, but at the same time judged.
Yeah, and misunderstood.
As much as I felt understood, I did feel misunderstood.
Yeah.
So Let Me Be is not just a song for me. It's literally a song for anybody, you know, who there's a saying we say in Xhosa eti, bazothini abantu. Yes. So we usually have this line in Xhosa eti bazothini abantu, right? Which means, what are people going to say? And most people have, I think it's kind of like a disease or like a thing where people are scared of what people are going to say. So for me, that was the translation of the song, Let Me Be. Like, I'm getting out of the stage of bazothini abantu to becoming the me, the real me. So let me be, let me grow, let me progress, let me learn, let me love, let me, I don't know, just let me be.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's such a beautiful song, and we were vibing. It's a song that we wrote literally in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Literally in 20 minutes. And everyone was just like, let me be.
That is the one.
It's the song.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was such a beautiful time.
And how's your fan base or the audience receiving it?
They really love it because my fan base, there's Nigerian people, there's abantu baseGhana.
It has that Afrobeat.
It has Afrobeats is like universal. Literally, everyone loves Afrobeats, just like I'm a piano.
It's lovely. And all the best with that. So is there an album that you're working on, and are you able to give us an idea when we can expect the album?
I have an album that's coming out, but I do not have the date yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say a date because I've already said a date. And then my team was like, we know you came with the date, but this and this and this is happening.
Yeah, there's so much happening behind the scenes.
We need to strategize. We need to do this because an album EP/EP is like a lot of work.
Absolutely.
And we have to have our things lined up properly. We can't just release an EP, you understand? It's not like how it was in the Eastern Cape, where you just release a song because you love it.
You
Now,
just decide?
everything needs to be strategized. And that's I'm just going to let it flow. And whenever it comes, this year, obviously, it will be beautiful.
Wonderful. Now, you also collaborated with Sisi.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Ooh, shout out to Cece.
Yeah.
So her manager hit me up on Instagram, and she was like, she saw me singing in the Big Brother house, so she'd love to take me to studio with Cece, and I was so excited because I've always loved Cece since she was singing that song. As I don't know if you know it. Kisses on my lips, the hands, when she was an R&B queen
back in the day.
In the day. So I've always really loved Cece, and she always inspired me because her music was always, emotional and coming from the heart.
Yeah.
So literally, I was so happy to, meet, and it was my first time meeting a celebrity. Like the first time, because I just came out of the house, and now I'm in studio with a celebrity that I actually really like. And we made a song, and it flowed. It honestly flowed. We had a connection as well, like our personalities clicked. And yeah, we just went up from there.
Wow. Wonderful. Now, going back to the Big Brother house, right? Is there anything, or rather, what would you say you've learned about yourself, right, from that experience?
I learned that I can't keep a grudge. I honestly have never felt a grudge actually in my life until Big Brother, I felt like, there's this feeling and I really want to entertain it, but I can't entertain it for such a long time. And I really don't know why. Maybe it's because I've never really had a grudge in my life. Because, I do have siblings. We do fight, but it doesn't get to a point where grudge and I hate you. I don't want to talk to you anymore for a week. I've never been that person. So I learned in the house that I really can't keep a grudge. I move on, literally in seconds. And I forgive you.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I don't know if that's a good thing. It's quite not a good thing. It's not a good or a bad thing. It's just in the middle. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. Because as much as some things you need to, forgive, some things are not forgivable. But
you were getting us very curious. So I'm going to want you to give us the backstory of that. Because now you're getting deeper and deeper. And I'm like, there's something here. Some things can be forgivable. Some...
No, there's nothing. There's nothing that was totally unforgivable, People make mistakes. People are human. People are just... I feel like people don't even know that what they're doing. They don't know that they're hurting the other person, But it doesn't justify. But at the same time, it's a good thing that I don't keep a grudge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And you said you're not too sure whether it's a good or bad thing. I'd say it's good. There's actually a saying or an analogy that forgiveness or unforgiveness, right?
Yeah.
Is like clinging on to hot coal, right? We call it legala, right? And
it burns you.
It's burning you, but you're expecting the other person to be burning. Meanwhile, you are the one who's burning, right? So letting go, I feel for your sake, let's forget about the other person. For your sake, it's the greatest gift you can have. Because it tortures you. Clinging on to pain, to grudges, to, whatever. Hurts you more than it hurts the other person. So for that, true. I'd say, you are blessed.
Really?
You are blessed.
Thank you.
It is a blessing and a half. I promise you. It certainly is. But Liyema, thank you very much for having this conversation.
Thank you.
For taking time out to join me here for this conversation. It just to get to know, the person behind the star. And if there's something that you touched on a little bit is, realizing that God, there really is a God out here through this journey.
Yes.
What is your relationship with God like right now? Who is God to you?
To me.
Spirituality, where are you?
I'm in such a good space. I'm in a grateful season where I wake up every day and I'm just saying, God, thank you so much. Like, I honestly felt undeserving, or I feel undeserving at times, but he just keeps on showing and keeps on calling. And I'm very specific about the sentence, keep on calling, because God called me when I was young, actually, in high school. I started SEO. I would preach in clinics and churches and, schools. And I've always had that zeal for God and that first love. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I am seen in heavens. And I don't know, that makes you feel so, it makes you want to cry.
Yeah. I actually want to cry just hearing you say that. Yeah.
I actually want to cry too. But I'm in a very grateful season. I feel like God is slowly answering my prayers. And I really want to continue the workmanship in the spiritual realm, although it's very hard right now because there's a lot happening, but I really don't want to neglect what God has for me and the calling that he has given me.
Oh, that's so deep, so profound, so profound. What would you ideally want it to look like? Your ministry.
Yes.
Do you believe singing, you as a musician, that itself is ministry? Or do you also want to see yourself putting in work? Because that's kind of what I'm getting. That, there is more work that you actually want to see yourself.
There's more work that I want to do. Definitely. I want to intentionally, wholeheartedly be, a worker, like I said, workmanship. I want to work for God, like literally travel the world, talk about him. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I do see it. Like I was telling the people in the house, actually, that every time I close my eyes, as much as my dream is music and that's what I'm chasing and I'm doing, but there's this dream, at the back of my head. Every time I close my eyes, I see myself speaking. And I'm not as good. I'm not even a good speaker like that. But every time I close my eyes, I see myself with a mic here, with a big crowd, and I'm wearing
getting goosebumps.
I'm wearing a black suit and I'm speaking to millions of people. But I really don't know how I'm going to get there because I can't say right now I'm a good speaker or I'm good at preaching or ministry or whatever. But there's this dream that God keeps on showing me, and I know I'm going to get there, but I don't know how. And I know it's God related.
Girl.
Yeah.
I actually just got goosebumps just listening to say that. And, may God work through you. May his glory shine through you.
Thank you.
I have a feeling that everything that's happened had to happen in that way. You had to get on stages like even Big Brother, right?
Yes.
Because you need the audience for you to continue, working in the kingdom, serving in the kingdom.
Yes.
So, I think ultimately you're going to find that it is all intertwined and connected. It's all aligning how it should. And I cannot wait for that day because I know it's going to happen. For that day where we're going to see you talking to those millions, those multitudes of people. And wow, just glorifying the kingdom of God. Yes. Girl. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much again
for doing this.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
so deeply profound. And I wish you all the best with your career. As a big sister, I'm just sitting here and I just don't know how to preserve the innocence, right?
Yes.
I just wish I could protect you and ensure that, you remain as pure as you are, But the thing about it is, It's not like, as much as I wish I could, it's not for me.
Yeah.
God has got this.
Yes.
God
Amen.
has got this. Let's trust it, right?
Amen.
The industry can get shrewd, but, let's just believe that God is in control.
Amen.
He is in control.
Yes.
All the best. And
Thank you so much
for coming to our country,
Thank you.
for meeting your lilies. And,
Thank you.
I certainly know for a fact that you're going to gain even more lilies from this platform. So thank you, girl.
Thank you so much for having me.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode. And don't forget to share, to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you'd also like to share your story, you can DM the GaonaLive or GaonaLive Conversations pages on Facebook, or just email GaonaLiveConversations@gmail.com. Catch you on the next episode.